Begin with the next part of the lesson, that is Bahmani Adil Shahs. So after a long period we are continuing the chapter. So in the part of this lesson we are going to study about Imad Shahs of Berar. They rule from 1490 to 1580 CE. Next, after the fall of Bahmani kingdom, five sultan states came to exist. So as you know, after the fall of this Bahmani kingdom, five sultan states came to exist. Imad Shah dynasty of Berar is one among them. So this Imad Shah dynasty of Berar is one among them. And this is situated between Penganga and Wainganga rivers at Varada. So where it is situated? It is situated between Penganga and Wainganga rivers at Varda. And this and it is in north of Bidar. It is till the Tapati. Okay, it is till Tapati. And in 1490, Fatullah founded this dynasty. So this dynasty was founded in 1490 and Fatullah founded this dynasty. So here, yeah, Ilchipur was their capital. What was their capital? Ilchipur was their capital. Fatullah had a title called Imad ul Mulk. Okay, so he had a title known as Imad ul. After his death in 1504 CE, his son Alauddin Imad Shah came to power. So he was an incompetent king. After him, his son Darya Imad Shah came to power, and even during his rule, Berar dynasty continued its battles with neighboring states. So, after this Fatullah died in 1504 CE. After him, his son Alauddin Imad Shah came to power, and this Alauddin Imad Shah was not a competent. He was weak, and after this Alauddin Imad Shah, his son Darya Imad Shah came to power. And during the rule of this Darya Imad Shah as well, Berar dynasty continued their battles with neighboring states. Next, after the death of Darya Imad Shah, his younger son Burhan Imad Shah took over the power. During his rule, power came to the hands of usurper called Tufail Khan. Later, Berar dynasty fell to the hands of Vijaypur sultans. So after this, Darya Imad Shah, his younger son was there. His name was Burhan Imad Shah, and during his rule, the power was in the hands of called Tufail Khan, and later this Berar dynasty fell into the hands of Vijayapur sultans. So like this, Bahmani dynasty ended. Now let's see the contributions of this Bahmani Adil Shahs. So during the reign of 200 years, Adil Shahs of Vijayapur contributed a lot to the field of education, literature, music, fine arts, art and sculpture. Same, Okay, these Adil Shahs contributed a lot to the fields of education, literature, music, fine arts, art, and sculpture. So let's study about them one and one. Okay, so first we should study about the education. Education. How was the education during that period? So now, education. Adil Shahs were great lovers of education. These Adil Shahs were great lovers of education. Their education policy was to develop Islamic culture. So their education policy was to develop Islamic culture. Maktab. Okay. Maktab. Maktab means they were mosques. Sorry. They were mosques. Okay. They used to call them as maktab. They are referred as mosques. And madrasas means college. Were the educational centers. These two were the educational centers. Philosophy, religion, law, poetry and other subjects were taught. So in these two, philosophy, religion, law, poetry and other subjects were taught. Educational institutions were under king's patronage. So these educational institutions were under the king's patronage. Next, Literature. Now let's study about the literature. The contribution of Adil Shah to the literature is very important. So these Adil Shahi's contributions to literature is very prominent. Prominent refers to the important. Literature became rich in their period. So in the period of Adil Shah, the literature became rich because kings were poets themselves. So these Adil Shah kings were poets themselves, and many books are written in Persian, Arabic, Urdu, and Kannada languages. So they were using Kannada languages also. So in the kingdom, Persian poets were Ferista. He wrote Tariq-e-Ferista and Gulshan-e-Ibrahim. Urdu poet Abdul, and his work is Ibrahim Nama. Okay, Nama. Next, Mullah Nasratis. Okay, Mullah Nasratis, Ali Nama, and Kannada poet were Narahari of Torave. Okay, Narahari of Torave, and he wrote Torave Narayana. Okay, sorry, Narayana, not Ramayana. Next, their contributions to music. Ali Adil Shah and Ibrahim Adil Shah II were great musicians. So these two were the great musicians. Who were they? Yusuf Ali Adil Shah and Ibrahim Adil Shah II were the great musicians. Ibrahim Adil Shah's work Kitab-e-Navras was a great work in music. So this was a great work in music, and he opened a music school as well. And here women of royal and rich families were interested in music. They came to learn here, and the women of royal and rich families, they were very interested in music. Now let's study about the fine arts, their contributions on fine arts. Ibrahim II was a fine artist. His court had many Persian artists. Beautiful painting of flowers, plants, creeper, and other nature scenes were painted on their houses. Okay, so this Ibrahim II was a fine artist. He was a very good artist, and in his court many Persian artists were there, and beautiful paintings of flowers, plants, creeper, and many other nature scenes were painted on the houses, on the walls of the houses, and on the walls of the mosques as well, and on the floors as well. They painted these. Okay, these paintings helped to know as interests and tradition of the people, and these paintings helped us to know aspirations, interests, and traditions of then people. Next, art and sculpture. In the history of art and sculpture of Karnataka, the buildings of Adil Shahs of Bijapur are the important ones. So the history of art and sculpture of Karnataka, the buildings of Adil Shahs of Bijapur are very prominent ones. They built forts, palaces, mosques, and tombs. Okay, they built these all, and their monuments were in Indo-Islamic style. Okay, in which style the monuments were? In Indo-Islamic style. So now let's study one by one. First let's study about the fort. The fort of Bijapur is a big one, and it has 96 bastions. So this fort of Bijapur is very big one, and it has 96 bastions. The dome which were built on a fort, and 6 main entrances, and this fort has 6 main entrances. So that was about forts. Now let's move to palaces. Okay, palaces. So one of them is Gagan Mahal. In 1620 CE, Ibrahim Adil Shah built it. Who built it? Who built this Gagan Mahal? Ibrahim Adil Shah built it in 1520 CE. It has 3-storied towers, and it has 3-storied towers. And Mehtar Mahal. Next is Mehtar Mahal. It is also a 3-storied palace. Ibrahim Adil Shah II built it. Who built it? Ibrahim Adil Shah II built it. It is famous for its fine and delicate decorations. Why is this Mahal famous? Because of its fine and delicate decorations. And in Asar Mahal is also another Mahal. In this Asar Mahal, rooms have different paintings on them. Different paintings are painted on the rooms of Asar Mahal. So this is Asar Mahal, Vijaypur, which is in Vijaypur, and this is Gagan Mahal, which is also in Vijaypur. Okay, so that is all about the palaces. Now let's move on to mosques. Okay, mosques. Now, Jama Masjid. Ali Adil Shah built it. Okay, Ali Adil Shah built Jama Masjid. It is famous for its very wide prayer hall, and this Jama Masjid is very famous for its very wide hall, and it is a common building without any decorations. This Jama Masjid do not have any decorations, but it is also famous. It's a common building. It has different new style among other art monuments, and this masjid has a different new style compared to other art monuments. Next is Ibrahim Roza. Ibrahim Roza. So this is one of very important one. Okay, Ibrahim Adil Shah II built it in the memory of his wife Taj Begum in Vijaypur. So this Ibrahim Roza was built by Ibrahim II. Why did he build it? He built it in the memory of his wife. Who was his wife? Taj Begum. And he built it in Vijaypur. It has the tombs of Ibrahim and his relatives. And this Ibrahim Roza has tombs of Ibrahim and his relatives. It is the only Roza in India. So this Ibrahim Roza is the only Roza in India, and it is called as Taj Mahal of South India. This Ibrahim Roza is also known as Taj Mahal of South India. This is very important one. Okay, now let's see what is this Roza. Roza. The mosque and the tomb are built on an elevated platform with a garden around them and a compound wall around it. This is called a Roza. So, mosque and the tomb are built there on an elevated platform, and there is a garden around them with a compound wall, and that is known as Roza. Next, Gol Gumbaz. So this is very important. It can come to your exams. Write about Gol Gumbaz for 2 marks. Okay, so let's start about this. Muhammad decided to build something that is even bigger and greater than Roza. So this Muhammad decided to be even bigger and greater than Ibrahim Roza. Roza refers to Ibrahim Roza. He built Gol Gumbaz. So he built Gol Gumbaz, a domed tomb in 1656 at Bijapur. He built this at 1656 CE at Bijapur. CE refers to Common Era, and it has a big dome with a whispering chamber inside. This Gol Gumbaz has a big dome with a whispering chamber inside, and it is an example for technology of that time. And this Gol Gumbaz is a fine example for the technology of that time. So the next is, it is the second largest dome in the world and the first largest dome in India. So this is the second largest dome in the world and the first largest dome in India. So you can see this is Gol Gumbaz and this is in Vijaypur. And next, moving on, you can see the pictures of Malik-e-Maidan in Firangi. Okay, sorry, Malik-e-Maidan Firangi, Maidan Firangi, which is in Vijaypur. Okay, this is in Vijaypur, and this picture is Jumma Mosque, which is in Vijaypur. So now let's study about other important monuments. Which are the other important monuments? So these are very important. Bara Kaman, Bade Kaman, Ananda Mahal, Upli Buruj, Taj Baudi, Chand Baudi, and other monuments are the important ones. Okay, so this is all about the lesson Bahmani Adil Shahs. So now let's study about this chronology period. So here the reign of Bahmani kingdom was from 1347 to 1527 CE. Establishment of Madrasa in Bidar was in 1461 CE. The reign of Adil Shah is from 1489 to 1672 CE. And the next is construction of Ibrahim Roza. Construction of Ibrahim Roza. So this construction of Ibrahim Roza, okay, Ibrahim Roza was in 1626 CE, and the construction of Gol Gumbaz is on 1656. Ibrahim Roza was constructed on 1626, and Gol Gumbaz was constructed in 1656. Okay, and the exercises questions we shall discuss in the next video. So I hope you understood the lesson. Thank you.